consider every building that you do is a temple for God. Now imagine this concept. If you are doing a house, small house, and now you are given this idea that this is a temple of God, would you think miserably? Would you think at all miserably? No. You will say the man is poor, but it is his temple. So I have to find a way by which it gives him heightened experience. You are representing this God, so you are an emissary of that man, so you cannot see that he is abused by your mistake. Nobody actually likes misery, no. We make it misery because we are miserable. We are ordinary, so we give ordinary. Now, if you think you are representing God, one is temple for God. Now you are representing God. Would you try to be less generous? Would you do something which you, as a representative of God, you say, I cannot do, or my circumstances are not allowing me, because there is no circumstance left. For God, there is no wrong circumstance. So God will play the game. Housing, I have seen, observed that whatever I was doing was company townships. So they were restricted, then people would retire. But I remembered my childhood and my grandfather's house where it was always added on. And I saw also a lot of housing by housing board and others. Eventually they would cover the balconies, they would add extras, So everybody was doing this addition. And I wondered how those additions in the old city did not destroy the architecture at all. And yet they had all the things there to live for generations.
This is that so people are very nice over here, and there are a lot of trees. Green plantation is there, and my grandmother is there, my brother is there, and their family is good.
એટલો ફ્લેટ બનાવી છે કે ઓલ ઓવર ઇન્ડિયામાં ફર્સ્ટ ટાઈમ મને સુધારી ગયો એ હા અમે લઈ આવ્યો કેટલા ઇનામો લઈ આવ્યો
Open space, that is the best thing about it. Open
તમે આખી સુધારી જોઈ ખરી
spectrum. So we enjoy it very much.
So I was wondering, I said, if these people are going to be there, is there no way that we can make a new kind of plan where growth can take place and certain things will remain constant? So that has been my concern, because I remember Jaisalmer, I remember Udaipur, I remember old towns here, and I said, this is something which we don't talk of as architecture. Primarily, I don't believe in formal buildings. I believe in the formal buildings slightly modified. So addition, modification, changes become very important.
Sarak Thakkar was architect from this School of Architecture.
Oh, I see.
So he told me that Doshi, he is considered to be one of the best in Asia. આપણે બા પેલા વી દોશી છે ને કાકા છે ને આર્કિટેક્ટ હતા ને કાકા એમાં વી દોશીની સ્કીમ છે વી દોશી જેમણે આ સ્કીમ બનાવેલી એ આર્કિટેક્ટ બહુ મોટા આર્કિટેક્ટ એશિયાના છે.
I knew one thing people normally don't change is the staircase and landings, because they belong to everybody. The staircase actually adds to connecting the city, otherwise the margin and the setback means you are too far away. when you land near the road. So extending your arm is like shaking hands. So the building shakes hands, and yet there is a privacy because the distance is quite big between the two houses. If you had no staircase, the houses would have come very close.
Actually, I use only one room, and that is this. This is my block. So I come at night over here. I sleep here. I switch on the TV from here. Okay. So open driving theater is here. So I sit here and I watch TV at night. In the morning I do some little bit exercise. I do japa and prayer and whatever. Then I get on. Because if somebody requires, we give them without any rent.
Okay.
If somebody tells me that there is a marriage of my daughter and we need a house for our guest and whatever, so we give them. We do not charge anything. If some student comes and asks that I want to study for 1 year, then from morning to evening we give it to him. Okay, you can sit here, you can read, you can make it clean, no problem. So you can sit here for hours together. And and you do not need anything else. Just sit here, get your newspapers and read and see the people.
ये सोसाइटी देख के मेरा लड़का पहला बड़ा लड़का है वो पहला आया यहाँ पे।
अच्छा।
और उनके मालूम हो गया कि बड़ी अच्छी है तो पापा को ले आऊँगा यहाँ पे। तो फिर मैं मेरा बड़ा बंगला था वो छोड़ के फिर यहाँ आ गया।
अच्छा।
और मुझे यहाँ इतना अच्छा लगता है कि अभी बाहर नहीं जाएगा तो भी ऐसा लगेगा अच्छा आप लोग यहाँ घूमते फिरते हैं तो बहुत हो गया।
I said, now I will make different colors so that they will not like some colors and they will change even colors. So it will begin with changing of colors because in my other townships in Baroda and others, they had changed colors from bright colors to this ice cream, blue and white and all kinds of things were there. I said, well, let's see what happens. The reason is, I said, life has to be lived. It is not supposed to be regulated and they must enjoy it. Slowly they began to go on adding, adjusting. That means they learn to live, they learn to negotiate exactly like an old city. And I think from that point of view, it's a very important social phenomena that only 5% or less than 5% people have changed hands. That means that our social moorings, as architects if you want to think, that we must really look at housing as a place where the communities can continue to thrive over generations because they have the house as part of them, accommodating their life and changes.